everyone. I've had a lot of questions about how I actually do my meal preps. So a video that will come out a little bit later today is going to actually have what I do for the week, but doesn't really go into how I plan for my meals or how I stay on track. So I did want to highlight a couple of benefits and just do a quick meal prep 101 for anyone who maybe isn't familiar with meal prepping or how you can be successful with it. So what I will do is highlight benefits. We're going to highlight your budget. We'll highlight planning and also shopping. So continue to watch this video if you're interested in those steps. The first area that I really wanted to highlight were the benefits of meal prepping. Meal prepping has done amazing things for my life, but it really has hit me in three main areas. So the first one that I want to highlight is how it's saving me money, and it can definitely save you money too. The amount of money that I've saved it's been a lot, which has really helped me with my day-to-day life. But at the same time, not only can it help you save money day to day, it will help you save money on groceries. You'll be spending less. You'll have less food waste in the house. You will be eating out less. You're going to be able to help keep within a budget. And that's extremely important. Right now, times are tough. With the quarantine and with COVID, a lot of people have lost their jobs or they're taking a reduction in pay. They might be working less. They might be on unemployment, and you're having to make that money stretch. And that's not always easy to do. And the misconception is that meal prepping is extremely expensive, and it's not. The reality is, when I'm prepping for 2 people, I actually spend less money than I do going out to eat for 2 people per week. That's huge. Spending less money than going out one day of the week to eat. Think about that. Think about how much money you could be saving just by implementing a meal prep. So I wanted to highlight that step as being basically one of the best benefits. But the second benefit is that it can actually help you lose weight or stay on track with your fitness goals. Now, I do want to premise that I don't think that everybody needs to lose weight. You may be very happy with your weight and comfortable, but at the same time, it still helps you keep on track. It helps you manage your quantities. When you're meal prepping, you can actually incorporate your macros, calories. If you don't want to count calories, it just helps you determine the quantities even of food that you want to prepare for the week. So it does have a lot of benefits there. It keeps you on track. You're eating fresher ingredients. You have more accountability. And I think that's the most important thing, especially if you are trying to lose weight. This weekend, I actually hit my 20-pound weight loss mark. So I am living proof that meal prepping can actually help you lose weight, help you stay on track, and just help you stay motivated. It also helps you with not snacking. I know that sounds crazy, and I'm not saying that snacking is bad for you. What I'm saying is that out of convenience, we get stressed. The kids are running around driving us crazy. We want to basically not cook for the day because you're exhausted, you worked late, something. Whatever the reason is, a lot of times we fall into this trap of convenience, and we choose to make poor food choices, or we choose to do convenient food choices because it's just the easier option. Meal prepping ahead of time can help take that challenge away from you. It makes it so that you have food already prepared in the house so you can make healthy choices day to day. The third step that I'd like to highlight is that it saves you valuable time. Not only does it help you stay on track, but you'll be spending less time in the mornings, in the evenings, preparing meals. That gives you more time in the morning to either sleep in, get the kids up and ready. You can grab and go on your way out the door to work if you're still going to work. It also can help you with having more time for family and friends in the evening. Right now during the quarantine period, it's a little bit difficult, but we're still doing virtual happy hours, getting together. We still are taking that time to spend moments with our family and friends. So you'll have more time if you're not having to actually sit there and prepare a meal for an hour right when you get home from work or when you log off the computer if you're working remotely. So the other thing that I wanted to highlight too is that it actually helps you spend less time shopping. I personally love to grocery shop. Not everybody does. Some people hate the store, and meal prepping is really, really, really a great option because you'll spend less time in the store, less time browsing, and it'll just help you overall with shopping less. So ultimately, it circles back to saving you money, helping you lose weight, everything. So those are all of the benefits that I wanted to highlight. Now I want to highlight how to have a successful meal prep. Successful meal preps will make you feel amazing after they're done. I know that they're time consuming in the beginning, but the payoffs are tremendous at the end. So the first thing that you want to do, and this is optional, is establish your budget. You may or may not be on a tight budget right now, but it's always important to know what funds are available for you to spend money on groceries. I have been in a position many times where I've had a $20 budget, and I know that that's crazy, but there are people who may only have $20 to budget for food, and it's so important to know exactly what you have to spend because that will help you plan for your meals later on. So if you do establish a budget, or even if you're just trying to spend less and save money, I highly recommend actually coming up with a budget and figuring out where your money is going and how much you have to go towards any food-related costs, whether that be grocery shopping or eating out. The second thing that I would like to highlight is that when you're able to buy in bulk, do it when it's possible. That is extremely difficult when you are on a budget. However, when you're grocery shopping, it can actually save you money to buy certain items in larger quantities than it can to buy them each week over the course of a month. So a couple items that I like to buy in bulk are the main things that I use all the time. So olive oil, salt, pepper, rice, quinoa, a lot of meats, fruits. I eat fruit all the time. And part of that is because I'm dieting, but part of that is just because they're healthy snacks. And because there's two of us eating them, I can buy them in larger quantities and I know it won't go bad. Or maybe I decide to buy it in a larger quantity one week because I want to incorporate some of those items into a meal prep the following week because I know that we're going to use a majority of it and there's only going to be a small quantity left over. So that would be my second tip. If you can, buy in bulk. If not, I highly recommend looking for specials. So what I mean by specials are like the buy one, get one. You'll see this a lot with meat in grocery stores. I always buy my meat when it's either in bulk or on sale so I can maximize my budget and get the most for my money. The third item that I'd like to highlight for a successful meal prep would be that you need to look in your fridge and look in your pantry before you meal prep and before you set your grocery list. So what I mean by that is you need to know what you have that is going to go bad. You need to be able to look in your fridge and say, okay, I have a pepper, I have half of a cucumber, I have parsley that's going bad. I need to use those this week and incorporate those into a recipe. You want to use anything that could be going bad that week in your meal planning so that you reduce your food waste because that will ultimately help you spend less money. What that's also going to do is it's going to help you need less items most of the time because you're incorporating those into your meal prep. So highly recommend doing that prior to creating your recipes and your shopping lists. So after you've looked in your pantry and fridge, that's when you need to decide what meals you're going to be making. Not everyone is comfortable in the kitchen. Not everyone will be comfortable with creating recipes on the fly. I personally love to do that. I just love food. I'm Italian. I could not measure anything and I'd be fine. Whatever I make turns out good. Most of the time, I have some kerfluffles every once in a while. But I do want to highlight there are so many resources for you if you're not comfortable in the kitchen. And you can utilize things like an internet search. You can utilize Pinterest. You can utilize YouTube. You can utilize your favorite blogger. Me, hopefully. But what I'm saying is that there are so many resources where you can simply just type in ingredients and it'll auto-generate what kind of recipes that you can potentially make. And that's my favorite way to actually meal plan is I kind of like to look and see what I have, determine what those recipes are going to be. Sometimes I go through Pinterest because some days I'm just not sure what I want to do. So I utilize those steps as well. After you have the opportunity to figure out what exactly you want to make, you want to write down those recipes. It's so important to actually write down the recipes because then you can cross off whatever you already have in your house so that you know exactly what you need when you go to the store. This leads me to the next step in being successful, which is creating a grocery list. When you're choosing your meals, it's important to write down the recipes because that'll help you determine what you have in your house versus what you need to buy at the store. What I like to do is I actually write down the whole recipe and cross off the items that I already have in my home. This makes it really easy for me to stay on track when I'm grocery shopping because I know exactly what I need to get when I'm in the store, and I know that I have the other items at home because I've double checked prior to going to the store. This is a huge time saver for you because I know that I've had multiple occasions where I've gone to the store for items that I wanted for a recipe and I've bought duplicates and now I have all this extra stuff that I'm never going to use again. And you will notice that that does happen from time to time. So this is a way to help you not spend as much money on unnecessary items, but it's also going to help you with spending less time at the grocery store. Yes, spending less time at the grocery store. That is huge. I know that not everybody likes to grocery shop. Like I mentioned, I love to, but I'm also a browser. That's how I spend extra money and buy unnecessary stuff. So that leads me to my next point in being successful. Stick to your shopping list. I can't say that enough. Stick to your shopping list. It'll help you with not browsing the shelves. You'll get in and out so much faster. You'll have so much time because you're not going to be in the store for an hour looking for items that you don't need. Stick to your shopping list, get in, get out, and go. And that will help you with getting everything for your meal prep in a timely fashion, and your pocket and wallet will be very, very happy. The last step in a successful meal prep would be to invest in food storage containers. It seems so basic, but when you're creating food in large quantities and you're prepping for an entire week, you may have a very large family. I'm fortunate that I only have 2 people that I'm prepping for, but that changes depending on if we have family coming over for meals. And you need a good set of storage containers so that you can actually store the food that you're creating and it stays fresh until you warm that meal up. Those would be my tips for a successful meal prep. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you made it this long, please give me a like, comment, or feel free to subscribe. Thanks for stopping by.